How many times during your day, no matter how busy or how slow it is, no matter what season of life you're in, how many times do you think of the Lord? Welcome to this video. This is going to be just kind of a sitting down talking with you video. Hopefully that inspires you in no matter what season you're in. In my Bible here, I have notes that I want to really just go over and just really inspire you to live for the Lord no matter what season you're in, whether you are single or a mother with multiple little ones or older children. I just really hope this inspires you to really take a step back, look at your life, and just really ask yourself, who are you living for? If you hear noise and little voices, I have both of my boys with me. They're over there playing right now, so you may be hearing things. The camera may be moving a little bit, but I really just wanted to film this video and get it out for you this week. Also, if you have not watched a previous video that I did a few weeks ago called Who Are You Living For? I will leave that linked below. Definitely go watch that one first before continuing on with this video because I'm going to be referring back to that. That's kind of like the starting point of this conversation. I just want to dive deeper into that. So go watch that video right now if you haven't already. But if you have, let's get into this video on where to start from there. So in that last video, I was really just talking about who are you living for in this season of life that you're in. When you go throughout your day, like, where are you spending your time, your focus, what you're doing, every single thing you're doing? Are you doing it for yourself or for the Lord? Are you having a kingdom focus? So after you ask yourself that, I'm going to read a verse really quickly before I get into where to start if you've answered this question and you have got the answer of, yeah, I'm kind of living for myself right now, or I am living with maybe my focus put into work or just things I am obsessing over. I don't know, your answer could be so different from mine or from any other person that is answering that, but I'm going to really just break it down for you and help you start from there if your answer was more self-focused than kingdom-focused. So I'm in Romans 14:8 right now, and I really love this verse because it really helps me put my focus into what we should be living for each and every day. So Romans 14:8 says, "For if we live to the Lord, and if we die to the Lord. So then whether we live or die, we are the Lord's." So when you take a step back and look at your life, are you the Lord's, or are you for yourself, or for whatever you are putting your time and focus into? Before I go on, I want to say in my season, a lot of my time and focus is put towards my family because I have two littles right now and they take up the majority of my day. A good huge chunk of it is spent putting into my family, and that is okay. I kind of explained this more in the last video, but that doesn't mean that I cannot be kingdom focused and living for the kingdom, even though most of my time is put into something else where maybe I won't have time to pick up my Bible and read it because my boys are needing me more. It's all about your season. But if we belong to the Lord, everything we do should be done for Him. And I kind of explained that at the end of the last video too, so I'm not going to go into it. But everything we do needs to be done for Him. If you answered the last question, who are you living for? And you got the answer of you're living for yourself, or you're living for work and for money, or if you're living for your obsessions and the things that you are kind of idolizing, whether that be Hollywood, movies, maybe reading books, a hobby that you have that you just put so much focus into that you don't have time to focus for the kingdom. Yes, those things can be good, but we need to be putting God first in all of that. So where do you go from there? Where do you start in this journey of actually living for the kingdom? I would say to start with pruning yourself, pruning your heart, pruning your mind, pruning just your everyday life. Take a step back, look at what you're doing, look at the things that you're spending your focus and your time on, and just decide if things need to be cut back, if things need to maybe just be completely replaced, that you know are not serving the Lord, that is not pleasing to Him. Go through a pruning process. The thing with a pruning process is when you go to prune a plant, you are cutting all that growth back that it just had from the previous years and cutting all that back and making room for new growth. So if you need to do a little pruning, go ahead and do that. If you need to cut everything back on your vine, do that and make room for new growth, and just allow the Lord to work in your heart and in your mind. Ask Him, spend time in prayer, and just decide what you need to let go of and what you just maybe need to take a step back on and focus more on Him in your season. This is something I've been doing a lot recently, and within the past few weeks I have really changed my answer on this, and that is to ask yourself, how much do you think of God during the day? How many times during your day, no matter how busy or how slow it is, no matter what season of life you're in, how many times do you think of the Lord? That could be just waking up in the morning and thanking Him, or that could be praying to Him throughout the day and about different things throughout the day. That could be taking time to sit down and read your Bible, to spend some time in prayer. It could be so many different things depending on your season of life. And if you are not thinking of Him and just concentrating on Him and His presence more than 1 or 2 times a day, maybe just take a step back and reevaluate that. Think about what your mind is being filled with, whether that is just being kind of muted through social media or watching TV, or maybe you're so obsessed with some type of hobby or reading fiction, or maybe just stress about life. Just reevaluate that and see if you can change that tomorrow. See if you can just focus on Him more. Every time your thoughts turn to something obsessive or stressful and your mind is just filled with anxiety, just turn your thoughts over to Him. When you start to do that, you start replacing other things with the Lord and with things that are pleasing to Him and that are kingdom focused. So maybe your life is just so filled with TV and noise and just busy activities where it's completely nonstop and you don't have time to think of the Lord, or you just don't have time to sit and pray to Him and read your Bible. Start saying no to something. Start replacing times when you're listening to music or TV with audio Bibles and just spending time in the Word. Replace all that noise and things that are causing your mind to be focused elsewhere on things that are pleasing to Him, and just silence, because the Lord does speak to those who are in silence and that take time to just silence their surroundings to hear His voice. And then I want to encourage you that this process is going to be one step at a time. You are going to be removing things one at a time and starting new habits one step at a time. You're not going to just see improvement overnight. Maybe you will, but it will take a while to really just renew your mind, prune your heart, and have that focus completely on Him and for the kingdom. It will take a little while, and don't be discouraged in that. There'll be days where it'll be harder than others, but just keep the focus and keep the faith on the Lord. You will see fruition from the pruning process that you are going through. And also, I just want to say, saturate yourself in prayer. You're not going to grow anything unless you water that plant. If you prune the vine and cut it back, but don't continue to fertilize it and give it water, you are not going to see new growth. So cut back what you need to, replace worldly things with things that are kingdom focused, and then continue to water yourself and saturate yourself in prayer. Have others pray for you and over you. Find someone to be accountable for you in the season and help you renew your mind and your heart, and you will start to see the blossoms and the fruit from this growth. So this is just the very beginning place to start on this journey. It will continue to go from there. You will learn to get deeper. You will learn new things. The Lord will teach you things and show you so many different things in your life if you just ask Him and be willing to learn and grow in Him. I will definitely continue the conversation on this. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about that is related to just living for the kingdom in your season. I know a lot of the women who watch my videos and follow me on Instagram are mothers like me and are in the early stages of motherhood. So if you want me to talk more into that, let me know, and I will make some videos concentrating more on those subjects and how to live for the Lord in your current season of life of being a young mom. But I hope this gave you some encouragement, some inspiration to just start evaluating your life, starting that pruning process of living for the Lord, and just deciding that you are going to concentrate on Him, accept the authority that He gives you, and welcome His presence into your life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.